The Olympic Games 2016 have begun. This is a very important global event, and involves a lot of preparation, reputation, and above all, money. So when something strange happens in the Olympic Games, we're surprised a lot, but perhaps we should not, because as I said, there are big corporations and money involved. Then let's talk about the Olympic Games and their mysteries over the time. Human parts founded. The incident is another embarrassment for organizers as they continue to insist the venue will be safe for athletes during the games. Pictures of an arm, surrounded by dead fish, and other impediments, were sent to the Brazilian website Global Combi, a reader who claimed, "It was not the first time they had seen human remains in the water. I've seen bodies floating at other times. 5 months ago and another last year," said the contributor who wanted to remain anonymous. "It is absurd, but we have got used to seeing things floating in the bay. I've seen a lot of garbage, other objects and dead dogs." Others have also reported sightings of dead bodies in the water, with the bay seemingly a dumping ground for the crime-riddled city. Water pollution concerns on the bay have been among the biggest challenges for Rio organizers in recent years, particularly because cleaning up Guanabara Bay was a major legacy commitment. When Rio de Janeiro successfully bid for the Games in 2009, levels would be reduced by 80% by the time of the opening ceremony. It was pledged, but the improvement has been certainly no more than 50%, with many citing a far lower number. Several illnesses were reported during July test event. While there were also obstacles on the water, Rio organizers admit that progress has not been as good as initially hoped, but insist that the actual waters used for competition will be clear of obstacles and clean in time. Well, this is now the time. And remember, a lot of corpses or human parts were found there. Around 28 over 6 months, and no one knows who are these victims or who is behind those scary acts is a really big mystery. The Second World War plot. It is not a coincidence that the center of the world in 1936 was Germany, and that's where the games had to be held. Those same Olympics included a rifle or target shooting event that remains to this day, but the 1936 targets were not simply bullseyes. The concentric circles or targets were placed in the chest area of cutout silhouettes of people. Shooting bullets at a human image today would be so politically incorrect, but in 1936, some people think the rich, international bankers were programming or preparing the everybody for war, getting the public ready to accept the idea of shooting people again, like it was in First World War. This theory tried to say the Olympic Committee knew of things to come. What was just around the corner, because it was part of everything that transpires on the world stage. Trust in this theory, or not, it's your decision. If you want to get more information, you will find the source link at the description below. Secret societies behind the Olympic Games. The world is full of people who believe that everything that meets the eye and seems normal is actually fueled by hidden agendas and supported by secret groups. Conspiracy theorists have been probably around as long as human history. When simple and normal explanations do not suffice or seem completely adequate, people tend to search for inner meaning in that may or may not exist, while definitive proof is always eluding us. Whether you wish to go along with a conspiracy theory or believe the more popular explanations is simply a matter of personal choice. The Olympics, though, have their own set of weird theories surrounding them, and here are one of them that have surely ruffled a few feathers over time. If you look at the London 2012 Olympics log, then it is hard not to believe that it simply means 2012 in some contrived fashion. But play around a bit with it, and you can easily enough create the word Zion, and Iran were particularly unhappy with this unique coincidence. London 2012 conspiracy theorists say that it is no coincidence and that it is a clear message to the world from a powerful secret society. No matter if you don't believe, though, remember, that is $650,000 wasted on creating one very ugly logo for sure. The Kathy Freeman suit. It is the greatest mystery of the best ever Sydney Olympics. Whatever happened to Kathy Freeman's famous white bodysuit, snatched by a thief minutes after that memorable moment, when she stood under a waterfall, and lit the cauldron to open the games? The disappearance of the suit Freeman wore in front of 110,000 spectators and hundreds of millions around the world has remained one of the most enduring mysteries of the Sydney Olympics. After lighting the Olympic flame, a drenched Freeman quietly stripped off his skin tight, like a bodysuit, in a room behind Sydney Olympic Stadium. It was last seen hanging on a peg in the dressing room when Freeman's suit was handed in, by an anonymous person, at the Melbourne Cricket Ground, just before Christmas. Olympic officials believed they were about to solve the 14-year mystery, but almost 3 months after the bodysuit turned up, police and Olympic bosses are no closer to finding out what really happened that night in Sydney, where the suit has been, and who stole it. What is happening here? Well, as many think around Olympics, is just a mystery. If you don't like this video, please tell me why, in order to improve. But if you like this video, please subscribe. I will be very happy with that. For now, thank you, and have a good night.